It sounds counterintuitive, but believe me when I say less is more. I want to talk about that on this video. How's it going? I'm Amelia Sims. This is Reinventing You, the channel where I want to inspire you to go on your own reinventing journey so that you can live an authentic life of joy, fulfillment, and purpose. I post on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evening, and I invite you to subscribe. I am trying to increase the number of subscribers. I appreciate you. I recently finished reading a book called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. It sounds really like you're like, bring out your dead or something, but no, it's actually a way of cleaning out your home, especially when you reach a certain age. Now, the writer, Margareta Magnusson, says she's somewhere between 80 and 100 years old, and she had to do some Swedish death cleaning for some parents and others, and then for her own self, her own life. And the book is simply about cleaning. It's more than just a Marie Kondo, hold it, does it give you joy kind of thing. It's more like, hold it, is this going to give my heirs joy? What I really appreciated from The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning was the idea that basically you're responsible for your stuff, and all of our stuff has memories. There's emotions attached to it. Maybe you bought something and it was a particular place, a particular time in your life, or maybe it's a gift from somebody. Everything has meaning for you, but it may not have meaning for other people. Whether you think it's got a lot of value, somebody else, whether it's an antique dealer or your children, may not see the same kind of value in that object. So what you have to do is take a serious look at everything you have and say, okay, is this really going to be something I want to pass down to the next generation, whether they're related or it's your college alma mater? And I really appreciate that, because after having to clean out my parents' house after my mother died, and then my husband and I and his sisters all cleaned out his mother's house when she moved into a independent living situation, I just feel like I need to be responsible for my own home and my own stuff, because I feel like, you know, others kind of left it up to us, and I just don't think that's right. So I liked the way Magnusson really talked about taking responsibility for your stuff and things that you have. And there are certain things that you want to keep until the day you die. They're not going to mean anything for anybody else, but that's okay, as long as you've gone through everything and really seriously thought about it. Because I remember one time my dad saying, oh, well, you know, we're just going to leave you all this stuff. We're not going to clean it out. You're just going to have it. This will just be your inheritance. I remember saying, I'm just going to pile it up in the backyard and set fire to it. Man, I wish I could have done that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, you don't want to know how much stuff I cleaned out of that house, and when I sold it, I left stuff still in there. That's how much stuff there was. And maybe you can relate. Maybe you have your own home, or your parents, grandparents, or somebody that you know that they could have done with some gentle Swedish death cleaning. When you read something like The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning, or Marie Kondo's books, or watch her on TV or on internet, you realize that a lot of times less is more. There's a whole movement out there called the minimalistic movement, or the minimalism. Minimalism? Anyway, being minimal. Sometimes that kind of goes a little bit beyond. I saw something on YouTube recently of somebody who said that they had given up all their furniture. They were living without furniture. And although that sounds kind of ancient Japanese, it's not something that I want to do. But I realize that the less I have, then the more I have. Does that make sense? The less I own, then the more joy I get out of things that I do have. The less I have, the more time I have to relax, because I'm not going around trying to clean everything. I think that's the same way in other areas of our lives, including what we do. I have a quote from Scott Perry, and he says this: "Do only what is necessary and required. Efficiency is elegant. Less is more." Oh my goodness. How many times have I got this huge to-do list and I'm trying to do all this stuff, and sure, I feel great afterwards, but have I really accomplished anything? What if I just focused on the one thing and did an excellent job in that one thing? Okay, talk about multitasking. You know what multitasking is. That's trying to do 3 or 4 things at one time. And if you've ever really done multitasking, you know you don't ever do a good job. It's usually one of these things where you never really accomplish much. Or you might get it all done, but nothing is going to get done well. If you try to do less, you're going to do a better job. If you take on less, if you only have one goal instead of 6 goals, if you only have one focus, then you're going to put all your energy in that one thing. And I know I'm the kind of person, I'm going to say yes to everything. I'm going to try to do it all. And then I'm going to get panicked when I realize I'm not doing my best or I haven't done something. And then I'm just like, whoa. I've said it before. Learning how to say no is one of like the biggest life hacks that you can really think about in your life. And if you have said, I'm going to focus on this one area or this one thing, then everything else is not necessary. Everything else just, you can say no because this is the one area where I want to focus. Now, you may have like one area for your career, one area for your family, one area for yourself, or maybe one area for your spiritual life, and one area for your relationships, and one area for your hobbies. That's fine. You are not trying to do 6 things for your family and 15 things for your career and 6 different projects for your hobby. You are focused on the one thing. So really, it's not just about being busy and looking good or checking off your checklist. It's about really giving 100% to what you do accomplish, to what you are doing, to your goals, your dreams, your passions. So I have to stop here and just say that it has been extremely difficult to record today. I started recording this morning. I was going to do 3 videos and the gutter people showed up early. And then when I actually was able to get beyond that and some other things that were going on in the household to actually record, then like my battery, I had to change my battery because it ran out of power, and then my memory card was full, and then the dog wouldn't stop barking. I mean, it's just like, one thing after the other. I tell you all that to say is I'm not really sure where I was when I stopped recording before or what actually got recorded. So I really apologize for that. When you're talking about less is more in terms of your productivity, it's much better to focus on one thing at a time and do it well. That includes saying no to various opportunities, especially if they don't fit into your focus. Also, along with that is being busy. Being busy is not really helpful if you're just doing busy work, and you know what that means. Busy work, being busy, is not a sign of getting a lot done. It's a sign of being busy, wasting time. Hey, we all have 24 hours in a day. What are you going to spend your time doing? What do you really want to spend your time on? So focus on what matters. Less is more. And not just your things that you own, but the activities that you spend your time on. Less is more, what and how you spend your time. Focus in on your goals, not on 15 different things on your to-do list. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you think less is more, give me a thumbs up. If you are working on a project or a goal and you find yourself conflicted or distracted in some way, please comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to build up my group of subscribers, and so I really appreciate if you would subscribe today. I'm Amelia Sims. This is Reinventing You, inspiring you to live a life of joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Have a great one.